easy to build, package, deploy, and manage scalable and reliable microservices. Okay. It also provides application management capabilities like provisioning, deploying, monitoring, upgrading, or patching. Patching means any software admissions, okay, or deleting. Okay, it provides all these types. Apps which run on a shared pool of machines can start small and scale. Always see, you can start with the minimum configuration and go for the illusion like full cloud, full data center is yours, like that. Okay, thousands of missions as you need. You can start with one mission and increase them. Okay, next, fifth service, Azure Spring Cloud. See the names of the cloud. Okay, here Azure has services. It has its own names. If you go to the Amazon, there again the names are different. For example, I will tell you, Amazon EC2, Elastic Cloud Computing, Amazon S3, okay, simple storage service for storage purpose, DynamoDB, Redshift, all the services names, okay, that is provided by the Amazon. These services names are provided by the Microsoft Azure. Okay, please don't confuse about the names. You learn what is that service. Okay, Azure Spring Cloud or previous services, Azure Fabric, Service Fabric. Okay, what is your application? What service you need it there? Okay, that you have to understand and host your application on that service. Azure Spring Cloud is a serverless microservice platform that enables you to again build, deploy, scale, and monitor applications in the cloud. Okay, now we have to understand the difference between these two. Okay, this is for distributed, this is for serverless microservice platforms. Okay, use Spring Cloud to bring modern microservice platforms to Spring Boot apps. Okay, eliminating the boilerplate code to quickly build the robust Java applications. Okay, it is specialized for that. Okay, and there are many managed versions of the Spring Cloud Service Discovery and config servers. Okay, will ensure while we ensure the critical components are running in optimum conditions. Okay, focus on building your business logic and will take care of, that means as a developer you focus on writing the code of the business logic. Okay, and cloud will take care of the service runtime with security patches, compliance standards, and high availability. All the remaining parts cloud will take. Monitoring and troubleshooting microservices and applications using enterprise grade unified monitoring tools that offer deep insights on applications and operational telemetry. Okay, and now one category is completed, that is for hosting your computing service. Now next one is, okay, how another type. Along with applications hosting, Azure provides service offerings that can enhance the functionality. You suppose if you want to increase the functionality of your application, okay, then Azure can also improve the development and maintenance of your applications both in the cloud. Okay, here in the cloud also, and on, if you want this in your data center also. Okay. For that, what are the services we had? Okay, first one is storage. For that, hosted storage and data access. Okay, in that the first one is again Cosmo DB, database service name, that is service name. Okay, most applications must store data for any type of dynamic website application. Okay, applications you need database support. Okay, so however you decide to host your application in Azure, consider one or more of the following storages and data services. That means front end, back end. Back end will be the database always. Okay, in that the first service is here also, depending upon the type of the database. Okay, you have to choose the backend database service. Okay, Azure Cosmo DB. This is the first service under storage you are learning. Okay, write the heading as storage, in that write Cosmo DB. Okay, a globally distributed multimodal database service. This is okay, multimodal database service. This database enables you to elastically scale throughput and storage across number of geographical regions with a comprehensive service level agreements. Okay, let us say Amazon, Flipkart.in or Amazon.in e-commerce websites are there, or any banking websites are there. Okay, it has customers throughout the globe. Okay, then the database, you must store this across the regions, multiple regions. Okay, when that's for such type of applications, you have to go for this fast MongoDB. Okay, it enables elastically scale. That means elastically scale means, okay, when you are using the resources, when load is there, it will automatically increase the storage capacity. Okay, next second service is Azure Storage. Simple one. This is Azure Storage offers durable, high available storage for flops, queues, files, and other kind of non-relational data. You have to underline this non-relational data. Okay, if you are producing for your application, then you have to go for this storage. Okay. I think you know that we have studied DBMS subject, okay? What is structured, unstructured, all this, you know it, okay? I am not going to detail non-relational, relational schemas, okay? You have studied all those things, okay? Okay. This provides storage foundation for VMs also, okay? If you are creating the virtual machines, then you have to go for this storage. Okay. Next, SQL database, Azure. This is the third service, okay? Just you note on the side headings, that is enough, okay? Because each one we'll discuss, okay, 1 hour. Each service what we are going now is 1 hour class for us. We'll again from tomorrow we'll start from first service. Okay, today I am bringing the introduction about the Azure services to you. Today learning the names is enough. Okay, tomorrow what is that service, how we have to use that service we'll learn. Okay, today you have to get use of this. That means you have to know some of the important services that are given by the Azure, that are the offering by the Azure. Other purposes, just write the side headings. That is from tomorrow we'll learn one by one. SQL database, an Azure based version of Microsoft SQL Server for storing relational tabular data in tables, columns. If your data is tables, then you have to go for Azure SQL database. Azure SQL database provides predictable performance, scalability, no downtime. That means whenever the number of users are there, suppose registration, suppose you are registering for your GATE exam, last date has come, so much load will be there on the server down. Okay, at that time, okay, what will be there? Storing. Okay, storing has to be increased, your storage. You have to go for SQL database. Okay, automatically it will scale the resources. Okay, sometimes if you submit your quiz, it may not be stored in the table because of traffic or something. Okay. Docker supply. This is the fourth Docker supply. Docker containers, a form of OS installation. Okay, deploy applications in a more efficient and predictable way. Okay, this Dockers. Okay, this is the for form of operating system virtualization, and it will let you to deploy your applications in more efficient and predictable way. This one, okay, it is a containerized application works. Okay, in production, same as on your deployment and testing systems also you can use. You can manage these containers by using standard Docker tools. See, first you have to understand what is container service. Okay, we'll go for that. Next slide will be that. Okay, you can use your existing skills and popular open source tools to deploy, and it is like open source. Okay, any of the if you know some languages, okay, you can use those existing skills and link with this Docker. Okay, and manage this container based applications on the Azure. Okay, what are they? Okay, Azure provides several ways to use these containers in your applications. Okay, first example is Kubernetes service. I think you maybe have heard these names. What is this Kubernetes service? Okay, it will help you to create, configure, and manage a cluster of virtual machines. That means more virtual machines, okay, that are pre-configured to run containerized applications. Okay, what is Docker mission? Next one, okay, it will let you install and manage a Docker engine on virtual host by using the Docker mission commands. Okay, next custom Docker image for application service. Okay, don't go into that details. Okay, remember as Docker support. We'll come back to that. Okay, now this is the different type of service that is called authentication. Okay, that means who is accessing the resources. Okay, control of the resources. Okay, what type of access should be provided to the resource. That means role. Okay, what is his duty, whether he can access. Suppose I am there, let us say I am a course coordinator for this Azure course. Okay, I can access only the students data of this Azure course. I can post the attendance for this only this. I can retrieve the attendance of this only Azure course. Okay, like there are 6 or 7 subjects. Okay, higher level. Next HOD of the department. Okay, he can access all courses and retrieve the data. Permissions. Okay, roles permissions. Okay, or in the company, let us say HR team. Only they can access the about the data about the employments and developing team. Okay, in developing team also some will be testing team will be there, some will be designing team will be there, some will be writing for the business logic, some will be writing for the backend database administration will be there. Like that, depending upon their role in the company, they will give the authentication. Okay, for that, who will manage all these things? Suppose if you have joined in the company, who will manage it? There will be no person or no manager to this. Now, all this is also managing like Azure is giving as a some services like this. Okay, let us see now that type of services for authentication. It is crucial to not only know who is using your application, but also to prevent unauthorized access to your resources also. Okay, that means they have to prevent the intrusion attacks or like this. Azure provides several ways to authenticate your app clients. Okay, that is the first one. As I told you, Azure AD. Okay, when we are discussing about the accounts, creating the accounts. Okay, I told you to use Microsoft account, that is a college account for this. Then I told Azure AD. Okay, this is Active Directory. Okay, what is this Azure Active Directory? Once if you have Microsoft accounts, you will be registered there so that you can easily access this. Okay, now let us go in. Let us see this. The Microsoft multi-tenant. Okay, what is this new word again? Multi-tenant. Multi-tenant means, see, tenant means, suppose I had a one house. Okay, in that there are 4 portions. That means 4 families I will give for the rent. Okay, multi-tenant, not only one person is using, there are multiple tenants in the flat. Like that, in the same way, I had one server. I can host in that server means I can host some 100 applications. Okay, a student, as I asked all of you to develop the project. Okay, to develop the application, I'll host it on my server. That means multiple applications are hosted on my server. Multiple users are storing their data on my server. Okay, that means I'm renting my resources to you. Okay, you are the tenants. Okay, there will be number of. See, the server also somebody may be
అక్కడే
using
ఉంది అది
another type of data storage
ఆర్య
like
దీక్ష
will be between the users also. Cloud-based identity and access management service. Okay, Microsoft multi-tenant cloud-based identity and management services also has to provide. Okay, you can access this directory properties by using the Azure AD Graph API. Okay, or Microsoft API. Very easy purpose. This is you can integrate this Azure AD support for this Auth 2.0 authorization framework in the details. Okay, this one. Now you have to remember only one point. For providing the authentication service, Microsoft has Azure AD. That is enough. Okay. What is this Azure AD? What is the purpose of this? Okay. Cloud-based identity and access management service. This is okay. You can add single sign-on. Okay, to your applications by integrating with Azure AD. Once if you are creating your ID with Microsoft Azure, okay, what we have already done. Okay, Microsoft ID, with that ID only you can access this. This is the second type of service, Azure service for authentication purpose. App service authentication. You can choose app service to host your app. Okay, you also get built-in authentication support for Azure AD along with social identity providers. Social identity providers means now they are asking you, they're giving the option to log in with your Facebook or Google account or Microsoft account or Twitter account. Okay, you can look. Next one is monitoring, Azure monitoring. Okay, for monitoring purpose, with your application up and running in the Azure, you need to monitor the performance of your application and watch who is accessing your restaurant and see if any issues are coming and see how customers are using your app. Azure provide several monitoring options for this. Okay, for that monitoring also Azure provide some services. In that, the first service is application insights. See, for authentication I have told you only two services. For database I have told you only three services. For hosting I have only told four services. There are number of services. Okay, I am giving here only which are important only. Okay, don't think that only these three or four services are there. Okay, there are we'll go to the portal and see how many services are there. Okay, for each type. Okay, an Azure hosted extensible analytics service that integrates with Visual Studio. Okay, to monitor your live web applications. Okay, it gives you data that you need to improve the performance and usability of your apps. For and Azure Monitor. This is the second service, a service that helps you to visualize query, route, HU, add on logs that you generate with your Azure infrastructure. Okay, this is Monitor is single source for monitoring Azure resources and provides data views that you see in the Azure portal. Data views means how much you are using and all those things. Okay, here DevOps also you can integration, DevOps integration, whether it provides VM or publishing your web apps with continuous integration. Azure integrates with the most popular DevOps tools. Okay, I think you already know what is DevOps and all these tools. You can work with the tools that you have already know, learn them and maximize your existing experience for all these things like GitHub. Okay, support tools like TeamCity. Okay, Azure DevOps, all these things. Okay, now this is important. We have to understand this. Azure regions. I already talked about these regions previously. What is Azure regions? I told you across the globe, Azure will have it data centers. Okay, suppose Asia specific, it may have 3 or 4. Okay, US, it may have some 10 data centers like that. They will call it as one region. Okay, region 1, region 2, like that. Okay, what is this regions? Okay, Azure is a global cloud platform that is generally available in many regions across the world. When you provision a service application or when you create a VM or any service you are taking, it will ask you select the region. Suppose you are staying in India and you are building some VM. Okay, you will choose definitely in India only. Okay, because your customers will be there here. If they are across the globe, okay, we have already talked about that. Multiple regions, your application will be hosted. Okay, suppose if you are playing in North US, you will select the server of the North US. Okay, there only you will create your VM. Okay, or instance, there only you will create. When you provide, when we provision a service application or VM in Azure, you are asked to select a compulsory. This option will be there. Okay, for free trial also some specific region you have. Here when you are using the free trial, not more options will not be given for choosing these regions. Okay, some limited options will be there. You have to select in that region only because it is free. Okay, this region represents a specific data center where your application runs or where your data is stored. Okay, suppose business logic you can choose on one region and database you can choose another. Like that also you can do. Okay, choose the best region for your application and data. Okay, depending upon your application. Okay, the regions are spread across the countries and all these things. Okay, multi-region apps. Okay, as I said, okay, if you want to, your application is needed in multiple countries, although unlikely it is not impossible for an entire data center to go offline. Okay, but because of a natural disaster or internet failure, okay, that country may lose due to internal wars or some disaster. Okay, in that region your application may be stopped, the data center may be stopped, then your application will be not available. If your application is such an important business application, then you have to store it across the region. Okay, one in India and another one in some Singapore or like that, or another in US like that. Okay, in different region. Okay, like that you have to store. It is a best practice to host vital business applications. Okay, very important business applications in more than one data center to provide maximum availability. Using multiple regions, you can also reduce latency for global users and provide additional opportunities for flexible when updating the applications. Okay. See, here I will stop this.
Sir, you are muted, sir. Sir, your mic is muted, sir.
From when? Now only, yeah? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
From now on, sir.
From now on.
Okay. Now what I will do is I will stop here. Okay. Because I told you that we'll create the portal. Okay. That means for account. Okay. I am posting the link in the chat box. Please all of you open that link along with you. I will also open the link. I have posted the link. Please click on that link, all of you. It is a very easy form, so don't worry about that. Okay. See, on the right side corner, you have a free account. Please click on that only. Amma, are you able to see? Free account. Are you able to see my screen? Here, right side top. Free account. Click on that. Create your Azure free account today. Okay, 12 months free. I already had an account. Okay, free account. So start free. Whenever you are attending this class, please attend in laptop or desktops only. Don't use the mobile phones because you cannot practice this. Okay, please understand that. Okay, because I already has the account and sign in. Okay, uh, or I will try to log in from another section. Okay, it will just only 5 minutes work. Okay, please do it. Because I have already created it, it is coming sign in. Okay, free account you choose. Anybody is trying, or you can do one thing. Okay, afterwards you can create it. Okay, because you have to do it carefully. Please do it carefully. Okay, it will ask you like this. All the things you do it. Okay, because I have already done it. Okay, see country or region. Create your VRN popular services for free trial. All the services will not be there. Okay, just only popular services like 20-25 services will be there. You can use it for free. Okay, these are the credit system you have for first 30 days. Okay. Like this, it will ask your identity verification by the card. Okay, please do it. And give KL University or KL Education Foundation. Okay, this I am not typing in front of you because I already had this. I agree terms. Okay. If you want this, you can give, otherwise you can proceed to the next. I already have the account. Okay. Okay. For tomorrow class, you can use your personal better to go with school ID, that is university mail ID. As I told you, Azure AD, Active Directory. Already, if you are having KL University mail ID, all our IDs are registered in Azure AD. Just a form is needed. That is the authentication form you have seen, because I already had kluniversity.in mail ID. You can fill that and provide the card information and login. That's all. Okay, can you do it by tomorrow class? If any help you need, please text me in Telegram. Okay. I'll request HOD sir also to create one Telegram group for this Azure, so that we can post in that group, and we can have a group discussions also in that. Okay. Okay then. I thank every student who has chosen this Azure platform cloud service. Okay, for learning, because it is offering many services now. Okay. And I think you all belongs to cloud group. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good night. Okay. If you have any problem in creating the portal, that is login credentials, okay, please do it carefully, but okay, free trial only you go. Okay. Thank you. Tomorrow at 6:30 we'll meet again. If you get any delay response, please don't mind. Okay. Okay, thank you. You can leave the session, create the IDs. Okay, that is the target for you. Okay, tomorrow I'll continue with the services. Then we'll go one by one service. This lesson plan and all I'll post now. Okay, don't worry about that.
Your personal mail or KL University mail, sir?
That is what I said. You can use any of the thing, but I suggest for go with KL University mail ID.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
If you have registered previously, you may have already, Krishna. If you, I think any workshop or previously if you have done, you may have already the subscription. Okay, that is. Yes, you can use the same. Yeah, you can use the same ID.
Yes, sir.
Try with your Gmail and this. If you have with your Gmail, continue with that. No problem. But it should be a free version. Otherwise, they'll charge you.
Yes, sir. Sir, is there any Microsoft form for attendance, or we can leave?
Directly, I will take it from this portal. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay. Okay, you can leave the session. I am posting it here. Okay, in the chat box or in the files, I'll post it. No problem. Okay, here in the files option is there. No, here I'll post.